Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Covenant Tulsa. We have another game from the Star Wars LCG tournament in June. On the left, we have Jesse Eakin versus Ben Ruggles. I'm Zach.
And I'm Tim.
And Jesse is running Scum. Ben is running some of the new cards featuring the Rebel Alliance, and we have ourselves a tango here.
I hear that the Rebels have been getting some pretty interesting cards.
They've been getting more cards, and they are interesting, and they are, I think, giving them tools that they didn't have before, right? The Rebels are obviously very vehicle-centric, and there's all that stuff going on. This is vehicle cycle, so that makes a whole bunch of sense. Jesse flopping his objectives. Looks like he has Tatooine Crash. 1 resource, 6 health, start of each turn, and capture the top card of his opponent's deck. Masterful Manipulation. It's a 4 health, 2 resource objective, but at the end of the turn, you can shuffle it back into your objective deck. Start of your next turn, you can get a new one.
You also draw a card.
You also do draw a card. So if you can kill it in 1 turn, you can kill it. If you can't kill it in 1 turn, then they can flip it back into their deck, get rid of the damage, and have open resources. And we also have Lucrative Contract, Old Standby, 5/1. Most notably, it has 2 Corrupt Officials in it, which you can discard to prevent all damage from a single attack.
That
to an
is
objective.
probably my single most hated card, in that it's really annoying when it's played against you.
Like, you think you're going to win, and then you don't.
You think you're going to do a damage, and you don't. It's like,
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I'm going to finally get a damage through, and it's like, oh, no, you're not.
Jesse playing the old Pirates here. 3 resource card, 5 health, or 5 cost, 3 resource, 4 health, 3 icons. Not doing too much. Galactic Scum, really one of the best cards in the game.
It's very true. I love the Pirates, though. They're some of my favorite cards.
Cards. So what's Ben running?
Ben's running Rebels. He's got Mobilized
Rebels.
Squadrons over there. Trench Run, Rebel Assault, those things.
He has 2 Mobilized Squadron.
Yeah, which is just really good.
That's significant. It's 2 resources every turn. It's an objective that can remove a focus from an objective at the start of the refresh phase.
Yep.
So you can spend 2, remove 2, all day long.
Yep. So he has 6 resources available every turn right now.
That seems okay.
It's not bad. This is a very resource-heavy deck, I feel, from the games I've seen him play with it. And then he has that third objective there in the middle. I forget the name of it, but it lets you draw a card whenever you play a piloted... when you play a pilot on a unit.
No, it's when you play a vehicle. Absolutely, when you play a vehicle. After a fighter or pilot card you control enters play, draw a card.
It's both.
Yep, and it is. I think it's a limit once per turn. Yeah, so that is particularly good in concert with Defense Heaven 4, which lets you discard cards to reduce the cost of vehicles, because then you play and then draw back up, right?
And then you can discard more cards to play more vehicles.
And I would be, if I were a gambling man, I would bet that Ben has 2 Defense Heaven 4 in his objective deck and just didn't see it.
You're probably correct.
I'm going to play a
B-Wing.
B-Wing.
Buh.
That Rogue Squadron X-Wing is the bomb.
It's real good.
You can discard a pilot from it to remove all focus
2 of them.
and damage, and they have 3 health, so they're very hard to kill. They have black icons, and if you have pilots, they can strike multiple times. Or block multiple times.
Do you just swing with everyone here?
No. I'd be going... Well,
1/1/1.
you have Masterful Manipulation, so that makes things interesting. All right, Edge Battle, Galactic Scum blocking. Jesse's putting both cards in. Probably just looking to get rid of his hand. All right. He wins, has a target of opportunity, is going to be able to damage that Galactic Scum. That is going to be a very dead Galactic Scum, I think. I don't think they don't commit the B-Wing, so maybe not.
It's almost worth it.
Black icons on those Rogue Squadrons are really good. Galactic Scum going to be double focused here. If you lose the Force Struggle, and all the Galactic Scum on the board take a damage, but I would imagine Ben's going to choose the B-Wing damage over the Force. We'll see. I'm a fan of committing the B-Wing because Scum has a hard time blowing objectives up. So the slower you make that dial go, the harder it's going to be.
And then getting rid of the Galactic Scum isn't bad either.
Yep.
But
all right.
3 damage is also very tempting.
Swinging for 3 damage, and Jesse's hand is empty, so you know there's no corrupt officials there to basically ruin your day. Strong turn. So Ben's getting 3 units out, even without Defense Heaven 4, and again, those mobilized being a critical part of that, giving him 6 resources each turn at this point is crazy.
Huge. 6 resources every turn is huge. It's so many resources.
Yeah, I mean, the foundation is 4, right? You have 3 1-resource objectives and your affiliation. So 6, I mean, that's 50% more just off the bat. So we'll see what happens. Jesse has a decent board here, but it's focused down. And Ruggles has 6 damage on the board right now.
like we said before, and we'll say again, Rebels can be capital A.
Aggressive.
Awesome.
Capital A. Awesome.
No, aggressive is what I was going to say, but you still.
Jawa. Snuva.
Boom. B-Wing captured.
When Snuva comes into play, he can capture a unit that does not match the affiliation, so he captures the neutral guy.
It's fair.
The B-Wing. Snuva's so good.
Snuva wins games.
He's good.
Are you playing a Rebel deck with Yoda in it?
More Galactic Scum. So I find it a bit interesting here. Jesse, I like the Black Sun. Jesse and Ben look to be playing mono decks. So Jesse's all Scum, Ben is all Rebel. And I feel like Jesse's going to struggle to blow up objectives here. He does have Snuva out, which is going to offer him some damage. And now he has the Black Sun ship. I forget the last name. But they have a lot of objective damage. And for 2, you can't really ask for more than that unit.
2 cost, 4 health. All day, every day.
Looks like he's sending the Jawa.
I really enjoy how the design of this game has been going to push towards mono decks. I think it's very thematic.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
It's hard to do that because you want each affiliation to really have its own strengths, right, and its own weaknesses to kind of balance the game. So if you're able to go a single affiliation type or a single resource type, that means that you have access to all the tools you think you need. And so that can be very tough because you're trying to limit which affiliations get which tools. But Scum really, in the Deluxe, getting a lot more objective damage. And they can get it done now, which they couldn't really do before. So we'll see. I think Jesse's coming to the conclusion that Mobilize is going to give Ben 6 resources every turn. And it's real. Here's the new resource out. First pilot each turn is -1. X-Wing, classic. Gonna draw a card. Looks like he drew that pilot.
Seems like a good combo with that card he just played.
Yep. So that pilot's going to give a unit damage for every blast damage on the X-Wing, but really we all know what's going to happen, which is...
It's going to get discarded.
It's going to get discarded so that the X-Wing can be unfocused. Blue Leader back again. Ben had that in the last game we saw him in, and that card is remarkable. You run that objective set for that card.
Blue
and the
Leader
B-Wing
is real good. That is a really good objective set.
3 cost, 2 health, 2 force icons, 2 objective damage, 1 edge-enabled unit damage, and when it strikes, you can do a damage to a different objective.
That's another one of those cards that wins games.
It's heat, man. It is the heat.
Jesse does have a pretty massive board, though.
Yeah, he does. But it's relatively focused down.
Snuva.
That's Nuvido.
That's Nuvido. So he's swinging at Tatooine Crash, trying to get a card back, maybe.
Man, that is a lot of units to send at that one objective.
6 health, man.
I'd be going straight at Masterful Manipulation here. His 3 damage on Tatooine Crash, though. He only needs to do 3. And a target. He's a wild man. I think you just want to guarantee he gets it done.
I mean, the faster you can get that out of play, the better, I think.
Tatooine Crash?
Just getting the 6 health gone.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get it gone, you get it gone.
You get it gone.
You know what I mean? You feel me.
All right, going to hit Snuva for 1 and the objective for 1. I think Ben's going to destroy that objective. And Jesse's out of cards again, so there's no corrupt official coming in to save the day.
Yeah, you have to. Snuva's going to die.
All right, Snuva having to snipe the X-Wing, not the Rogue Squadron X-Wing, and he really wants to because if Ruggles plays a pilot next turn, he can remove all that damage, right? But otherwise, Snuva would have been piecing out.
He only sent those 2 at it, so he didn't blow it up even. Or
No,
just
no,
that 1.
He sent 3, but he lost the edge battle, and Snuva killed the X-Wing, which was what I was just saying.
Why didn't the Blue Squadron or Blue Leader strike and do his damage and somewhere else as well?
I don't know. Looks like Forlom came into play. What?
After a card's rescued.
So now Jesse has a real board here. This is not joking around I don't like those Rogue Squadron X-Wings, though. That's really a bummer for Scum.
It's not what you want to see.
Jesse's shuffling, capture the top card, which was a Rebel Assault, by the way, and is shuffling his objective, Masterful Manipulation, back into the deck. He's going to get 2 objectives here. Let's see what he gets.
I love Masterful Manipulation, by the way.
It's real.
It's such a fun card, and it's real good, I think.
Looks like we got Finesman's Intuition there. Can't run a Scum deck without Zuckuss.
Did Ben Rebel Assault one of them?
No, I don't think so. He shuffled one in, and he blew the other one up with Blue Leader, I think.
You shuffle it in at the end of the
Yeah, at the end of the turn. Yep. We got the Hunters there, I think.
+1 objective damage?
Health. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a really good objective. Get 2 of those out, and it's insanity. All right, discard the Java. Draw him back up. Got that sweet 5-cost card that puts all the Black Sun cards into play from the discard pile. That can be really huge, especially with Prince Shizor.
Shizor.
I'm going to call it Shizor just for Jesse. If you're listening, Jesse, remember. Shizor.
I like to call him the Big
Shizor.
Cheese.
X-Man.
X-Man.
Double X.
No, there's only one X there. Now, how do you feel about this game right now?
Ben is blowing up an objective. Mm-hmm. He's got 5 damage on Tattooing Crash, so it has 2 left thanks to the
Hunters.
The Hunters, the objective. There he is, Shizor.
Big Cheese.
So
Double X.
The thing about this, especially with Rebels, and they can just kind of blow 2 objectives up at will. So, and Ben is going to have a ton of resources. He's going to have 7. He's going to reduce his first pilot by 1. I'm nervous if I'm Jesse. So playing the Prince here is fantastic. He's got 2 tactics icons. You need to keep the cards in your hand to win the edge battle, though. So that's the big thing. But you also need to somehow click this dial faster, right? Dial's at 5. Like, you're a long way away from winning. Long, long way.
Not even halfway.
If Ben gets 4 more turns, what would that be? Yeah, 4 more turns. There you go. He needs to blow up at least 1. So he does it with 4 LOM. Ben can't block. That's the right move. Dial's going to click up to 6.
Oh, no.
Capturing a card. Oh, yes. That's the card. I was playing Ben a few weeks back, and he got me with that card. I was Sith Control, loaded the board up, got the dial to 8, and he's like, all right, and then bam, my board's just gone. Pay 3, destroy my board.
I love that card. I think that's what this game needs.
I think Rebels needed it, right?
That's what I meant.
If they get behind early and get controlled, they don't have a way out right now, and that's it. They have it.
Do you attack
No.
with Shizor here?
No. You block.
Do you attack
Scum is about defense, not offense.
you want to lock down the blue leaders and you want to lock down blue leader.
You can't,
Why not?
because there's just ways to remove focus.
I think that you just have to, so he can't get in the engagement and get a strike off if he wins that edge battle.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you save him just as a blocker.
He attacked with the Galactus Scum, which I think is an acceptable compromise.
Yeah, you're going to focus a guy down
Blue leader.
without having to waste Prince Shizor.
Mm-hmm.
I just want him on defense. He's got 3 health, so you can't just Rebel Assault him off the board, and he's still got tactics.
Defense.
That can make this an insane turn for Ben.
I see a
some
Y-Wing,
pilots.
an X-Wing.
That was a Y-Wing.
There was a Y-Wing and an X-Wing, I think.
XYZ. Oh, man. First pilot, -2.
I haven't been here for a long time, Rose.
I am going to be honest. I love this Rebel deck.
You're a fan? You're convinced?
Yeah. Ships, man.
Yeah, I mean, let us not forget that Rebels/Sleuth Scouts won the first World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And that deck didn't really go anywhere. I still think I would run Sleuths today. It's a little hit and miss. You lose games that you have no control over, but they've been getting a lot of tools, and they just keep getting them in the Rogue Squadron cycle, so I'm excited to see how fast he's moving in this game, especially against Scum.
Jeez. Look at all those ships, Zach.
And it can actually be a lot worse.
Mm-hmm. I love Y-Wings.
Why?
Ha! Ha! A good one. Because they have 2 objective damage and they cost 2 money.
That is correct. And there's no Vader in sight to choke himself and pop off a Y-Wing.
That's another reason I like ships. No choking my dudes. What if you could choke pilot enhancements?
There's a choke a vehicle enhancement or a card event.
It's not the same.
0 cost, do a damage to a vehicle. Something feels more awesome about force choke though.
Is
Maybe
it the
because
fact
it's
that
force
it's
choke.
choke?
I hope they cast these videos, Ruggles. Yeah, great. This is just weird what we have going on.
All right, Ruggles, what you doing? What's your move?
Everyone at Tatooine Crash. All of them.
All of them. Blow one objective up. All right, we got an X-Wing squadron coming in.
Just going in, swinging hard. Swinging for the
He
fences.
only needs 2 objectives, and he's got 1 that's down to 2 health. That could be a rebel assault, even though the resources aren't there.
It could be.
All right, blocking with the Prince and the Scum, and Jesse has a lot of icons in hand. Remember that time that you thought about attacking with Prince Shizor, and it would have been a drastic mistake on Jesse's part?
Nope.
Ben's passing. We both know he doesn't have Twist of Fate. 3 to Jesse's 4.
Woof.
Yep. That's going to be really good.
I think that Ben might sacrifice this pilot here to get rid of that damage.
Instead of just dying
Yeah.
and then having the other guy focus down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. You may as well. That guy's basically dead. All right.
Some friendly bickering at the table.
Always friendly.
So who does Jesse focus here?
I think you do 2 damage to the thing that you can kill. But I'm no expert. All right, 1 to the Scum, 1 to the objective. Now Jesse is going to be able to now kill the squadron with the Galactic Scum, which is going to be very nice. There it goes. Getting those off the board is such a good feeling because if you just get it down to 2 like we've seen, you can just discard a pilot to remove all that damage. And where did Jesse put that? He put the tax on the B-Wing. That's going to be a really negated turn of Ben's.
Yeah, it's not what you want as a Rebels here.
All right, Ben is locked down, and this is Jesse's moment of truth. The dial's going to be at 8, and he's got 1 objective with 2 health left and 1 with 4.
So if he blows up 2 objectives, he wins the game.
It will be sending Ben Ruggles home,
So he needs to do 2 to that top mobilize and 4 to the bottom.
which he can blow the top one up with 4 LUM and the bottom one up with everything else.
So it's what you're saying, game over.
Potentially. Who knows? Oh, man, Snoov is bouncing. You know why Snoov is bouncing?
Why?
So that he can play him again and capture something.
Why does he need to capture something?
Because it's fun.
Because he wants to?
Because he's Scum, man.
If I can capture something, I capture something.
Jesse
That's my rule of
bleeds
thumb in this game.
dark green. I've seen it.
Yeah. He's been playing it for, I think, ever.
Which is really just about a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Like I said, forever.
Discard Nutini. Let's see what he gets.
Sandcrawler.
I love that Jesse puts Snuva back in his hand to get rid of a card, but then it puts Snuva back into his hand. At this point, it's just kind of degrading to your opponent to keep capturing those cards. I love it. Springing the ambush.
He's just thinking, doing the math, making sure he's not missing something.
I think Ben is also out of cards in his hand, so there's really just nothing except for flamethrower. That's fun. I just want to show you what I got, kid.
She's for the flamethrower. I love this image.
All right, pay him 1 to keep the Headhunter, of course. Black Sun Headhunter. Duh.
Yeah, this is logical.
You know that picture that's a Headhunter right there that I didn't know the name of earlier? All right, is Jesse going to do it? Although I have seen players just totally scrub right here.
They just miss it.
Yeah. You don't realize that you just have the game. All right. I think that's it. Jesse gets the game
Jesse
with
wins.
Scum, and it's cool to see the Rebels have evolved into this, but at the same time, like I was saying earlier, in the Deluxe, the Scum got objective damage in a real way, in a real capacity, and like we saw here, Jesse able to blow 3 objectives up. It didn't hurt that Ben was all offense all game, leaving the lanes just wide open for Jesse to come in and take over, but congrats to Jesse on
Now,
winning.
I will state, this game is very different if Jesse doesn't capture that desperation, or desperation is the name of it?
Yes, where you can just clear the board.
Yeah.
Very true.
Like if Ruggles has that, or Ben has that, this game is very different.
But he didn't.
But he
and
didn't.
so congrats to Jesse, and
Congrats,
we'll catch
Jesse.
you guys on
Yep.
the next game of Star Wars LCG.
Have a good one.